got the touch.
This is Stan Bush, and this epic video from Optibotimus truly has the touch.
This is Optibotimus coming with another video review, and today we're going to be taking a look at something very special and very much from my childhood. Now this is the Powermaster Optimus Prime. Specifically though, this is the Japanese C-310, which comes with this and this. Now, you're going to have to, excuse me, a lot of this information I do not have a lot of. All of this came out when I basically stopped watching Transformers for the most part. Now, this kind of sort of came out in G1, but because the cartoon ended here in the United States, we never really saw this. But the toy was still released by Hasbro. And we're going to start off first with the Powermaster Optimus part, because this is the set here that my best friend had, and I desperately wanted. I wanted to play with this every single time that he came over. He would always bring his Transformers over, I'd bring mine over, whatever. We'd sit there and we'd play with them. This is what he had, and I absolutely loved it. Now, there is a big difference between what you're looking at here in terms of a G1 Optimus and what G1 Optimus Prime really looks like. Most notably, the fact that his trailer is ridiculously armored up. Now, for a comparison, here you see the G1 trailer, and here's his other trailer, the Powermaster version, and as you can see, there's a big difference. There's some similarities, such as the striping. This one's obviously a lot darker. You got the Autobot logo still there. So while there are some similarities, and actually it is roughly the exact same length, while there are similarities, you could definitely see a lot of changes. Now, it attaches by this little peg. You got the little hole right here on the back of Prime. Peg that in there. And boom, there you have him attached to his trailer. Now with Optimus, while there is a lot of differences, there's a lot of similarities between the two. As you can see, here's the G1 Optimus, and here's the new Powermaster one, and they're very similar. This guy is a bigger figure, but you can see that it does kind of hold its kind of G1 look, I suppose. And that's something I really did appreciate as a kid. They changed him, but he was still very similar to what we looked at and saw before. Now this being the Japanese release, there is a difference between this one and the Hasbro one that came out years before. That being that the torso bit here, like this entire section here in the front, is all die cast. The Hasbro one didn't have any die cast, and I think the Hasbro one actually had longer smokestacks. I don't remember exactly. But the die cast on here is a really nice touch that really made me want to get this particular version. Now, the thing that makes him special is he is a Powermaster. Now, what that basically means is, in addition to things like the Target Masters and Headmasters, Powermasters were something else that I really don't understand all that much, to be totally honest. In the G1 continuity, in like the comics, I think, this guy was named High Q, and that's really how I know him as, I guess. But in the Super God Master Force cartoon or whatever, his name was Ginrai, and then when he combined, it was like God Ginrai or something. The history completely eludes me, and I'm sure that somebody's going to tell me, and I appreciate it, but I really don't care. This is a complete nostalgia figure for me, and I'm just happy to have it. Now, the thing that makes this guy cool is what you're supposed to do is you push him in there, and you're supposed to do it to make him actually transform. These legs are locked into position. As you can see, you got this little white tab here in between, but you don't really need it. You can push this in, and then you see the little white lever there. When you push that in, you can kind of see that little white bit kind of down there, make it so that you can, when you push that in, you can unlock these legs. So you see that little bit right there. It locks in there and it holds it in there. So the gimmick is you take this guy, you fold him up, just like so, and then you plug him in. Boom! Powermaster! And then you can unlock his legs like so. Fold this out. This is really stiff. Fold that down and around like that. Angle up so you can see a little bit. Fold this little section all the way down. Rotate this around. Rotate that around. Fold down his arms. Both sides. Very stiff joints on him. And then fold this up. There we go. And here you have Optimus Prime. Again, similar in terms of the overall look of Optimus, but definitely different. And for comparison, here you have him next to the G1 Optimus. You can definitely see a big size difference. So the size change is even more pronounced here in the actual robot mode. But still, I love the fact that he really kind of maintains the same kind of look. Now, for the figure himself, he's really very limited. I guess you could say his head can kind of sort of look up and down because it moves. He bends here at the elbows, that's it. He rotates back and forth, or swivels here at the hip. He bends kind of here at the knee, but the feet here are actually connected. So you're not getting much in terms of his articulation. So that really does kind of suck. Once you get him connected, this guy can actually detach still. He's kind of difficult to detach, to be totally honest with you. There we go. Pull them out. And, I mean, it doesn't affect anything. It just, like I said, you need to do that to kind of unlock the legs. So you can have this dude. And for him, his articulation, obviously, you can see his legs rotate outward. And then his arms actually move forward and back on a swivel. So he's got a little bit better articulation than Optimus Prime does. So that's really kind of cool. So setting him off the side, setting him off to the back. Then we come to the trailer. Now, the trailer has a base mode. And this was always kind of fun to play with. I had a whole bunch of different kind of configurations for this thing as a kid. What you want to do, remove these guns. And you can have Optimus hold these, except that's as far as they go up because of how big the arms are, and having them not rotate here at the shoulder, you kind of have them lean in, I guess, do a pimp lean to shoot his guns off, I guess. So I'm just gonna set those right there just for the heck of it, and then remove these little bits. Now, because this is the Japanese reissue, one thing that's also different, and we'll get to this in a little bit, is that in the original one, this had hands that were molded in. They actually didn't slide up like this. That's something that's a little bit different. So come around here, kind of loosen this up, fold this out like so. You're gonna come around here, split these, give these a nice yank. Very stiff joints on these. Ah, golly gee. Those are the stiffest joints I've ever seen. Okay, then rotate this out. These are gonna kind of stay up like so. Rotate that down. Do that on this side as well. Rotate that out. Bring these down. I usually would angle these up. Rotate this big giant thing around. And then you can take Optimus, have him stand right there. And here you have in his base mode, I guess, you can take these little bits. You can plug these here. You can plug those there. High Q or Ginrai, whatever you want to call him, can actually spread out and sit on these. And it's kind of awkward. His little thing right here can actually slot inside there, and that kind of actually holds him in place, and then he sits there and you can have him man one of those. Now, like I said, I had so much fun with this when I was a kid. It was so amazing. I remember I would go like this, fold these back, I'd fold these up, I'd fold this across like this, bring these around. It was like a big giant shield. So many different options. I mean, I remember having so much fun with this as a kid. You can come around here. You can open this little bit up, which is actually like a trailer. Just has an extra compartment right there. I mean, so much fun. You can take Optimus. You can take these guns off, put him back on here. Now you have little peg holes here on the side. You can put it there, or you can put it there. Whatever you want to do. It's all gravy. It's Powermaster Optimus Prime, and it's just a fun little thing. But that's not the coolest part about this guy. He can combine into Powermaster Optimus Prime. So to do that, take this, get all this out of the way. You're gonna fold this section in, fold this section in. You're also gonna fold this back out in case you actually folded it out like my goofy self. Fold all this. You're gonna bring these down again and again. Wow. Holy cow. You're gonna fold it down like that and try not to break anything when you do it. Fold these in, spin this around. Oh, look, it's starting to look like a body. Take this little section, fold that down, rotate this around. Now, like I said, in the original release, the arms were all molded in one piece. So you didn't actually have this bit that slides out, revealing his hands. That's an improvement that I really do like. It was all just one big red bit of plastic. So there is Powermaster Optimus Prime's body. Then what you want to do, I'm going to take High Q, and I'm just going to transform him, and I'm going to plug him into the back here again. just because I want to. There we go. Fold down Optimus's head, fold his arms up, rotate. That's where this comes from. His giant Powermaster head. And then that just plugs in right there. Boom. Like so. And now you have Powermaster Optimus Prime. Fully combined, fully put together, and looking really big and kind of funky looking. But when you're a kid, this is a giant Optimus Prime. And it's very ridiculously cool. I mean, this thing is just, it's a giant brick, but it's so very fun. Freaking fun. His head doesn't do anything. You can't rotate it or anything like that. I guess you could kind of sort of lift it and make him turn his head and be like that, but it's gonna look goofy. His arms here will rotate at the shoulder all the way around. They kind of go in and out. His legs, I'm not even gonna try bothering. I really should like grease that or something, because it really should not be that hard to do. That's insane. And I don't want to ruin the ratchet joints or anything like that. But here you have them. I mean, like I said, big, gigantic, massive Optimus Prime. And this is what we had as a kid. Or at least this is what I had as a kid. Now, having him doesn't mean that this is where it ends. As I said, the Super Godmaster cartoon introduced someone else. And that someone is God Bomber. Now, God Bomber is basically a drone. It doesn't have a spark of his own. It's really kind of stupid, I guess. But this is his vehicle mode, I suppose. It's comprised of just a whole bunch of different components. The funny thing is it's the God Wing, God Punch, God Legs, and the God Breast. God breast. Yeah. Now, for this mode, if you want to, it can actually connect here, just kind of separate these a little bit, and we all know how hard that is for me to do. Just kind of wedge that in there like so. You can take Optimus, and then you can plug them in right there, and you have a great big convoy. We got a great big convoy, blah, 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 blah. And there you go. Now, if you also want to, Optimus can carry God Bomber around, because the actual hitch thing here also has a little peg on it where you can bring it up here somehow. There you go. And you can put it there, and you can have him carrying it. Squeaky, squeaky, squeaky. It doesn't rotate or anything, but yeah. But the funny thing is, like I said, this is the God Bomber, and he doesn't have a spark of his own. So he's basically just a drone. He really doesn't have anything else going for him. You just take all these parts when you want to transform him. This is his God Cannon, so set that right there. Here's his God Breast. I mean, it really is just a matter of taking a whole bunch of pieces apart and then reassembling them, and that's how you actually transform them. Just bring this out, fold this out like so, boom, you have a leg. There's one. Come around here, boom, you have another leg. You bring this piece out, actually there's his head, fold that out like so, bring these two halves together, and they sort of stay together like that. And then you got a little peg right here and a hole. Just kind of push that in there. Do that on this side as well. Line that up. You can see what's going on. Angle up so you can actually see. And then take these little bits here. These attach on the sides. And really, you do kind of have to almost leave them on this angle, which really does kind of suck, but whatever. Then you take the hand or arm, peg it in there, and there you have God Bomber. So for a size comparison, here he is, and here's Powermaster Optimus Prime. And as you can see, they're about the same height or so. Now this guy is, like I said, just basically a connection of a whole bunch of different parts and such. So you can sort of rotate his arms, but because they're pegged in, they will more than likely plop out. You can have him hold the God Cannon, or actually they show you pegging it right there, so you have that kind of look going. And it's really kind of up to you what you want to do. But the most insane thing is that this guy is basically known as like the Apex armor, and he can actually attach to Powermaster Optimus Prime. Oh yes, yes indeed he can, and it's a fun process. So first, just take these, we're gonna unpeg all this stuff, fold these little bits in, fold these little bits in, and basically what you're looking at are giant feet for him. You got little groove sections underneath here, you got this, bring them together, plug it in like so. Do that on this side as well. Boom. And now you're making him even taller, as you can see. Big feet, going really tall. Yeah, that's right. You take this, separate all this. Get this all detached. Fold his head back. Come around here to the back section. Lift this up. Get that out of the way. This section here, then pegs into his back plate, something like on here. I don't remember where. Yeah, there we go. Just like so. That just pegs in there on his back. Nothing spectacular, but there you have it pegged in there nicely. Come around here. These little arm bits, they come up and will actually peg inside here. So fold the hands in, detach this. This then comes around, and then you have the little hole here, and that pegs in right there. So now you have a slightly more imposing looking arm. It doesn't really add too much in terms of the length. As you can see, they're roughly about the same length. Take this, get rid of that. Got this, put that up in there, peg that in, just like so. Then we're going to take his God Cannon, and this is actually going to fit on here. I forgot how that actually pegs in. Something like that, you know, well, yeah, it just clips on underneath. There we go. Just kind of push it on there. Then bring this down, and then I don't know what you want to do with that. Just kind of leave that there. But, ooh, look, big giant chest, and that just kind of hangs there. Big giant shiny chest, and you're not able to see much because of how tall he's getting. Then take these little bits here. It's messing me up here, guys. So, well, no, I guess it goes like that. Something like that, I suppose. Sure. We'll just plug these on his back like so. We'll do that, I guess. I like that. All right. Then these little bits down here, you can actually peg these down on his feet just to kind of get him out of the way. Then naturally he's got his giant other cannons that he can hold in his hands like so. And then this bit right here, that tabs together, or well, you can see launching missile, very sensitive launching missile on this particular missile launcher. And then come around here, I guess peg it there. That kind of looks ugly too. I don't get why that would want to go there. Oh, you know what? That's what you do. You take this peg. Oops. Take this peg, and then you put it right there. So it goes around the back side of them. So there you go. And actually, let's see. How can I... Oh, yeah. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. That looks a little bit better, doesn't it, guys? We're going to do it like that, with the wings hanging out. There we go. You guys couldn't see anything I was doing because the camera's too big. So zoom back a little bit. You get some extra junk on the side. And here you have him. And you can't see anything because of how tall he is. I mean, and this is a big dude. I really do like him though. It's really fun. It's stupid and way too big, but it's old school. And then separate these legs. Come on. Again. There we go. And then just spread that out like so. And this guy is ready to blow someone away. I mean, it's just fun. It's really ridiculous. Let me kind of show you. I mean, he's just a great overall figure. I can't recommend picking this up enough. Now, one thing that's very cool is he's actually been re-released where you can actually now go and get him. And he's only a little over $100 if I'm not mistaken. Something like 120 bucks. So, very good price on him if you ask me. Great chrome detail on there. As you can see, nice head all the way down. You got the chrome there on his thighs. Just an overall terrific looking figure. So much fun, so big. It's a city bot. What's really not to love about this guy? I mean, it's Powermaster Optimus Prime with the Apex armor. That's how I know it. Or God Ginrai something, Super God Ginrai. I don't know. We're just kind of having fun with him. Look at it. It's Optimus Prime, guys. So very cool. So there he is. Absolutely recommend picking this guy up if you guys are ever actually interested in picking up a big, giant mass of Optimus Prime figure. I know a lot of people are a big fan of Powermaster Optimus Prime, and this is the definitive version for him. So there you guys have it. My look at the Powermaster Optimus Prime, specifically the C-310 God Ginrai Japanese release. Absolutely cool figure. So very fun. Until next time, guys, I want to thank you for tuning in. This has been Optibotimus. I'll talk to you later.